Let's go. Let's get it, baby.
I bet.
Yeah.
Let me talk to these niggas, hoping they don't listen. When it's gonna stop? When it's gonna stop? Saying that you game, but we let you live, cause you with the ops. When it's gonna stop? If a nigga told when he gonna die? Hard-headed little nigga told you watch your step now, get the mop. Heartbreaker is the showstopper, once the show started, don't stop. Since you wanna watch shit, I'ma make a movie, I'ma take my time. Look, I'm pulling on her track, smacking on her ass, tell me it is mine. Lotto trust none, not even my mom's.
Nope.
Just giving him loan and give me the call, I want him alive. If he want the cake, just tell him just wait, cause this is a surprise. Before you heard pal, or you heard was wild, like we had the nine.
Let me bring the bleach.
Don't forget the pine. Running out of time while you let him go, should've let him blow. Chill, I'ma let him go, cause if there's a chance, let him get some money, let him get some friends, let the niggas smoke, let him watch YouTube turn folk.
Do his first drill, pop his first pill, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I got the call from my brother Flock, he ain't like that. I was tryna draw the stick, tryna load the stick, hope I don't match.
Lotto baby, Brooklyn Zone, let's get it. I gotta hit his first verse, y'all. And a little bit of the hook.
If the show stop a pop, he gon' take the belt right from the rock. I was shooting in the gym, but I still had to learn to pass the rock. Heartbreaker is the showstopper,
When the show started, don't stop.
Heartbreaker is the showstopper, once the show started, don't stop, nigga.
Nigga, I'm not a heartbreaker. Do you understand me?
Nigga, I'ma talk to you, just listen to me if you can't see. Always had a gift, there's new it too, he always had a fifth. Bell said chill, bro, they just hating on you cause it's you, nigga. You a legend, broski, you the truth, nigga. I'm a rap Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, they gon' talk about me when I'm not around, but it's cool, nigga. If you get a deal, Lord, who you taking with you, know I'm good, nigga. I wish I would, nigga. You gon' blow the pole, blow the wood, nigga. I'm in Copper Cove, eating good, nigga. All type of salmon with the sauce in it. Thought they steady saucing it. Had to put my all in it.
They don't know I work hard for this. They don't know I work hard for this.
Yeah, I work hard for this. How everything from bro, nigga.
Shout out to Lord old baby. Man, listen, let me tell y'all something. This shit better work. I'm releasing on a weird day. I'm recording on an off day. I'm gonna tell y'all why. So last week on my regular recording day, I recorded, set the camera up. Y'all noticed the camera got a little more 4K, blurry shit going on in the back. I decided to move the throne up to get my camera looking a little better. Y'all can see the visuals are looking quite stunning. They look a lot better than they was before. Go check out my previous episodes. So I recorded the first episode. Well, I recorded it last week once. Memory card on the camera was full. Right? So I went to edit, realized the memory card was full. Shit. So I'm like, I guess I'll be releasing another episode with no visuals, audio only. Fuck it. 2-hour episode. Let me go ahead and keep it moving. Get to the memory card. Memory card. For some reason, on this handy dandy Zoom H6 recorder that I use, for some reason, the file was corrupted, got no audio. So I'm like, I know I'm got to record this episode all over again. Waited a couple of hours. I'm like, fuck it. Let me record it again. Recorded the episode again. This time, visuals were fine, but you guys can't hear it because you hear me speak through the mic. But the visual, the audio off the camera is still recording, but there are a lot of background noises. You can't hear it because I'm using a dynamic microphone. But I got the fan blowing. I got my refrigerator back there. All of those things are giving off little buzzing noises, and the camera is picking up that noise, but the microphone doesn't. Right? That's why you spend all of that money on the Shure SM7B. If you ever watch any great podcasters, radio, they always use this microphone, the Shure SM7B, best microphone on the market. Let me keep going. For some reason, 40 seconds of audio was recorded. And I said, oh, hell no. So now I have visuals with no audio the second time I recorded. That's 4 hours of my life gone. The audio from the camera sound terrible. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Guess y'all not getting an episode this week. I was pissed. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the memory card or not. I did record some audio for like 20 minutes to see if it picked up fine. It picked up fine. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling good today. Let's get it. All right, but without further ado, welcome back to episode 152 of the All Jokes Aside podcast. I'm your host, Will Mills, a.k.a. King Dirtbag. Let's get the show going. All right, so This shit better work this time. If not, man, I guess I got to get a new memory card or a new recorder. I don't know what's going on, man, but that's some bullshit. But there are too many things going on. I missed out on the Father's Day rant. I missed out on so many things. That last episode was so fire, y'all. Y'all will never hear it because it never recorded. Unless I put out the visuals from that episode with the camera audio. But no, I'm not doing that. That's trash. I have too much integrity to let that happen. So I'd rather give no episode than give you guys bad audio and bad visuals. So we're going to get it going, all right? So where are we going to start, all right? We got a lot of new things that happened over this past week, and I'm glad I'm still early on it, or just I'm in time to talk about it, right? We got the Roe V Wade thing. We got the new gun laws that passed. We got the BET Awards, which I didn't watch. Didn't watch the BET Awards, and I'm going to tell y'all why. So, if you can tell, I work out, you know what I mean? But over the past couple of months, you know what, I'm lying. Since COVID, since quarantine, my workout routine has been off. I have not been eating right. My body has not been feeling right. Last week, I said, you know what? Fuck this shit. And I noticed I'm a social drinker. I'm not an alcoholic, but I'm a social drinker. And I know I'm not an alcoholic because I keep no alcohol in the house at all. I don't. I'm saying that shit with a bunch of bottles. But those are full. I got a bottle of Crown back there, and I do have a bottle of Casamigos Mezcal, but they're both full. I don't drink them. That's funny I said that. So I don't drink when I'm home. Before, when I used to record at night with the fellas, we did drink during the show. But, you know, when I go out to do comedy shows or when I go hang out with my peoples, I drink. And I go out a lot. You know, I'm always out doing comedy, doing shows and shit. And I'm, you know, after the show, I'll probably go hang out with some homies, get some drinks. So I said, you know what? I'm going to stop drinking for a while. I want to see how my body feels because my stomach has been feeling terrible. I suffer from IBS, and my stomach has been feeling horrible for weeks and months, just waking up feeling bloated, feeling crazy. So I said, you know what? Let me give up the alcohol, man. Just, you know, let me give my body a chance to detox. Let this liver, filter all these toxins out. Let me get this shit up out of me. And I've been doing it, and I feel great. So I said, you know what? Let me go to GNC. I went to GNC, read up on my supplements, my testosterone boosters, my multivitamins, my greens, proteins, pre-workout formulas. I said, you know what, let me do all that shit too. Did all that sort of my vitamin regimens. I'm like, you know what? Because me, I'm not a half-ass dude. This is how I feel. If I do something, it has to be 100%. I'm not built to be a half-ass dude, right? So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going all the way in with it. So I was playing around with the gym off and on for the last year because I was going 13, 14 years straight. That was my regimen. My body was always that. And I know how muscle memory works from being an athlete and working out, you know. But now I'm 40, man. 41 to be exact. I can't be playing with it like that no more because it ain't like back when I was like 27, 28. You know what I mean? Like I could go to the gym and take a month off and then boom, but a week later I'm right back. That shit ain't the same no more. Shit doesn't slow down and I'm feeling it. Waking up, holding my back when I get up out of bed. I'm like, nah, man. Nah, bro. I can't go out like this, man. So let me get my shit back together. And today was the first day I got back in there. And let me tell y'all, today was the first time in a very, very long time where I feel good physically. I forgot. Like I told somebody that the other day, like, I forgot what it feels like to feel good. Like I'm so used to my stomach hurting, my back hurting, shoulder. It became my norm. And I'm like, nah, man, I got to do something about this shit. So I said, you know what, let me put down the drinks for a little while. And that's hard to do. Like being at a comedy club, being at a nightclub, being at a lounge. It's hard for me to be there and not drink. Just because I'm always, not because I'm tempted to spend money, because my boys, they got tables, bottles. Like we party different. You know what I'm saying? When I go to these clubs, they hand me bottles. When I go to comedy, they hand me drinks. So it's like everybody's always offering you a drink, and I'm a social dude, so I'm good. You know what I mean? Yesterday I went out, and I said, you know what? If I do drink anything, I'm going to get me a glass of wine. You know what I mean? On some sucker shit. Let me wine it up. I got me a glass of wine yesterday, and I didn't want it. I wound up throwing it away. And I came home very early last night. And I woke up this morning refreshed, did my regimen again, and I went to the gym. Man, I went crazy. I'm still sweating, y'all. Like once you get that adrenaline going, you get that good pump, good shower. If you get a good workout, you're going to sweat for a while. And I feel great. Great. You know what I mean? I can't wait to go back to the gym tomorrow. I'm sore right now. Did some chest today, tricep extensions, deltoids. Tomorrow I'm going to get some shoulders in, maybe a little bit of back. Some legs, biceps, triceps. Get it popping. But how you guys doing? Most importantly, I'm feeling great. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. I didn't watch any of the BET Awards, and you know me, I got to come with the nuance, so I don't want to speak on too many things. I'll talk about what I saw. I did see a little bit of the Bad Boy performance, and that was dope that they did that tribute to Diddy. I don't know what was going on with Kanye West. Clearly, he couldn't breathe with what he had on. I mean, if you listen to the audio, he sounded crazy. Like, look, let me see if I can find it. He could not breathe. Kanye's speech, BET Awards. I mean, why wear all? It's the dead summer. This man got on a coat, hat. I don't know that vibe. Like, I don't understand what's good with that. Like, this new coat shit in the summertime. He got on coat, gloves, full mask on his face, hat and shades. Like, he looks insane. But it was a great speech, but he couldn't breathe. Look, listen to him. This man can't breathe at all, yo. But it was a great speech he did for Diddy. I never really associated Kanye with Diddy, like as far as how he feels about him. I never knew that. But Diddy got the Lifetime Achievement Award. Well deserved. I thought he probably got one already, but I guess they just got around to it. So, of course, the crowd is going wild. I mean, we all know this is Kanye. Nobody else would be crazy enough to come up there looking like this. Well, listen to him.
How do we crown our kings? How do we appreciate our kings?
Yeah, I am breathing. Yeah.
To think how far we could just make it off of inspiration.
See, he can't breathe.
To hear the way somebody chopped the sample in. Me and Manak rushing to see who can get the Bad Boy mixtape and play back the original version of Benjamin's over and over and over. Me sitting in my mama crib trying to add the Bad Boy shakers.
Anyway, I get the gist of it. Kanye couldn't breathe doing what he was doing, you know what I mean? But great speech to Diddy, and well-deserved. Little Kim, of course, looking nuts, as usual. I'm not even going to go for Little Kim, Brooklyn, you know what I mean? It's my sister from Brooklyn. I got to, but she looked insane. Hold on. Lil' Kim, BET Awards, 2022. She looked crazy, but it's a great performance, but she looks... I still can't get why she did that. Did it sell something? Here she come. Here she go. Great performance. She just looked crazy. Like, it looked like her legs... It looked like her legs could come off. You know what I mean? Like a doll. Is that the point when women get the hip injections? Y'all want to look like dolls so where your shit could come off? Yeah, she looks crazy. But, you know, I don't want to come with all the negativity. I'm just, you know, social media is going to push the negative shit. So this is what I saw on my timeline. I didn't see anything else. I know they had Sean come back out, which was pretty dope. I didn't see his performance, but I heard Sean was out there for the Bad Boy Diddy tribute. He did a Kim Porter tribute, which I saw, but okay. He did the I Miss You song, right? That was written for Big, but he said, this is dedicated to Kim. No. You can't. First of all, you wrote that song for somebody else who died. So you can't turn around and dedicate that same song to somebody else. Give her a song of her own. Am I tripping? Like, come on, bro. Like, give her own song. Write a song for her. Give her song. How you going to use the same song you wrote for Big for Kim? And then change the Big name to Kim's name. You can't do that. Big's still dead. It's not like you wrote a song about I Miss You. That song was specifically about somebody with his wife on the hook. That was a little lazy. She was dead for a while now, bro. You had enough time to come up with a song. That's all I'm saying. You ain't have to give her the same song that you dedicated to somebody else. I thought that was some fuck shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That was crazy. All right, let's get into this, man. All right, so new gun laws have been implemented in New York, in my state. I believe, no, all over the place. But New York in particular I want to talk about because New York is notorious for having some of the strictest gun laws in the country. Let's put in New York, new gun laws, which works for me because, as you people know, I'm a rabid conservative, Republican, black motherfucker, and I love my guns. You know what I mean? Love my guns. And I go home, and I hate that I can't bring my guns with me and walk around with them because these little dudes out there is bugging. And I'm all for guns to be carried by people in the streets. New York don't prepare you for that. You know what I'm saying? You could be on a train going to work. You little niggas want to rob you. There's gang shit going on. People pulling out guns, robbing people. I guarantee you, if the law-abiding citizens was able to legally carry guns, oh, should it be a lot different? A lot different. And the police would act different too. Let's not leave that out. Because the police knew law-abiding citizens would walk around with guns, their approach you a lot different. You know, it's a lot of plainclothes cops that just run down on you in New York without identifying themselves. If they knew that it was legal for law-abiding citizens to walk around with guns, police would be a little more careful with their approach on people. They'd be a little nicer. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing with New York City police. They think they're morally correct. They've never been on the side of morality. They've been on the sides of law and order. So they're not moral people. They you know, we're for the people. No, they're about controlling the people. That's one thing I know about New York police. They're not on the side of morality. That's not what they're known for. They're known for being very corrupt. They're known for being very nasty to people. But if it ain't like the South is different. Living in Florida, cops don't come at you like that. They're very cautious when approaching you and when talking to you. They're very careful because they know that this is a very gun-friendly state, and they don't use their power and their guns and their badges to try to inflict authority on you because they don't know who's in that car. They know that out here, oh, we strapped up, and we're licensed to carry. So the cops out here move very different. New York City police don't move like that because they got guns and they know you don't. They don't expect you to have one. So they know the average person does not have a gun on them. In Florida, everybody got guns. In Georgia, everybody got guns. The cops don't. That's why you don't hear about too much police brutality in Florida or Georgia. You don't hear about too much police brutality in these states. You hear, but New York is notorious for that shit. Northern states where guns aren't legal, you hear a lot about police beating people up, and you don't hear too much of that out here because cops know they could get it too. At the end of the day, they want to go home. They got families, kids. You know what I mean? They don't want to die in the line of duty. So Southern police handle the citizens very differently in the South. They're very cautious. New York cops are reckless. They're reckless with their mouths, with the way they touch you, because they know the average person is not walking around with a gun on them. Because everybody with a gun in New York, aside from people who license in extreme circumstances and retired police officers and the gangsters, are strapped. But just a regular people, they just talk to you crazy. Crazy. You know what I mean? But let's see the new gun control, the New York new gun laws. Okay. Supreme Court strikes down New York gun law. Oh, wow. Supreme Court strikes down New York gun law in 6-3 decision. Here we go. Expanding concealed carry rights. So I want to know how this works because I'm a concealed carry license holder, and I want to know how this works for me. Okay, watch it. The Supreme Court on Thursday struck down a New York law that placed strict restrictions on carrying concealed firearms in public for self-defense, finding its requirement that applicants seeking a concealed carry license demonstrate a special need for self-defense is unconstitutional. In a 6-3 ruling, the Supreme Court reversed a lower court decision upholding New York's 108-year-old law limiting who can obtain a license to carry a concealed handgun in public. Proponents of measure warned that a ruling from the high court invalidating it could threaten gun restrictions in several states and lead to more firearms in city streets. Justice Clarence Thomas delivered the majority opinion for the ideologically divided court, writing that New York's proper cause requirement prevented law-abiding citizens from exercising their Second Amendment right, and its licensing regime is unconstitutional. I agree. I just need to know if my license that I have now, is that applicable in New York under these new laws? And I agree with it. I'm all for it because these little niggas is wilding. These little niggas is out here wilding, man, and it's not fair to law-abiding citizens. It's not fair that you have to suffer the wrath of some idiots when you legally should be able to exercise your Second Amendment right. You know what I mean? I'm all for that shit. I'm all for citizens carrying guns. Teachers, law-abiding citizens. Because how are you going to protect yourself? You know how much shit going on in New York where you just walking down the street? So many videos. You can Google it right now. So many videos of people just walking down the street. People start shooting. Because if you just a law-abiding citizen who's strapped up and you walking down the street, somebody starts shooting, you can protect somebody else. I'm all for it. New York needs to be cleaned up, and it starts with the citizens. We can't depend on the police for all that. Never been able to. So I want to give a huge round of applause to the Supreme Court for striking down that bullshit ass law. You know what I mean? Huge round of applause for that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's get to this other thing that I've been wanting to talk about. Actually, I haven't been wanting to talk about it. I've been wanting to leave it alone. But I've been thinking about it, and I got some nuance in this whole Roe v. Wade reversal. Okay. For those who are unfamiliar with Roe versus Wade, I know y'all hear it a lot. I know what it is at the top of my head, but I want to give for those who don't know, what exactly Roe v. Wade was. I know it was in 1972, and let's just go back to what it originally was. Okay. This is Jane Roe versus Henry Wade. Okay. So a pregnant single woman, Roe, brought a class action challenging the constitutionality of the Texas criminal abortion laws which prescribe procuring or attempting an abortion except on medical advice for the purpose of saving the mother's life. A licensed physician, Harford, who had 2 state abortion prosecutions pending against him, was permitted to intervene. A childless married... let me give you the summary of it. Okay, here we go. Okay, this was in 1973, actually. Was a landmark decision of the U.S. Supreme Court, which the court ruled that the Constitution of the United States generally protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion. The decision struck down many federal and state abortion laws and fueled an ongoing abortion debate in the United States about whether or what to extent abortion should be legal, who should decide the legality of abortion, and what the role of moral and religious views in the political sphere should be. It also shaped debate concerning which methods in the Supreme Court should use in constitutional adjudication. That shit got reversed. Okay? So what that did was, in a lot of states, ban abortion. And now it's by state. Some states didn't change anything. Some states banned it completely. Some states lowered the number of weeks, limited the amount of weeks. Before, I think the law was like 5 months, which is crazy to me. I've had that happen to me before, too, and I was real pissed about it. My ex-girlfriend was 5 months pregnant, showing, and she decided to abort my child. And that was a huge part of our breakup. You know what I mean? Like that right there was violation to me. At the end of the day, I'm pro-choice. I believe a woman should do what the fuck she want to do with her body. I'm all for that. I have my theories on why it was done, though. Hear me out. And this is all about race, right? Because we know the powers that be are white, and they're the ones who are attempting to control what a woman should and shouldn't do with her body. All right, I'm going to go way left, and I'm going to bring it back, all right? So I want y'all to check something out, right? All right. The white race becoming the minority. Check this out. Okay. Now, according to the census, by 2045, white will become the majority in this country, right? Hear me out. If you can't abort, then you got to have the children. I don't think they give two shits about black and Hispanic and minorities currently. I don't think they care about us aborting our children. I don't think they care. The less of us around, the less the system can support it. I don't think they care. On one hand, I believe this is some kind of internal revenge for Me Too movement. And on the second hand, I believe this is a ploy for white people to stave off their, I don't want to say extinction. They're not going anywhere. But their majority, right? Although non-white women lead in abortion, they by statistically more women of color, and not just black, that's Hispanic, down the line, get abortions on paper is a huge number of white women who get it too. Here's the thing. Even if white women stopped getting abortions, it doesn't stop black men from impregnating white women or Hispanic women from impregnating white women. The thing about this country and race, once you get a drop of black in you, you're black. Barack Obama was not called the first mixed president. He was called the first black president. He is 50% white. 50%. Black is the only race where you can do that. Anything we impregnate is now black. Now, if white women can't get abortions, most white women are with white men, right? So this gives them a chance to continue to have the babies from white men. This is just my theory. Y'all can chime in on this. This is how I feel, right? This is just something I came up with in my own head. I think they're trying a desperate attempt to save white people from becoming a minority in this country. Because if women can't get abortions, black, white, Chinese, whatever it is, they got to have the baby, right? Which gives more of a chance for white men to continuously impregnate white women. However, we're multiplying like a motherfucker, right? But if you continue to have abortions, more black, white women get pregnant from, you understand what I'm saying? I don't think this has anything to do with trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. I think this has everything to do with white people trying to save themselves from becoming a minority in this country. That's what I think. Because this just doesn't affect one race. It affects everybody. But I think ultimately, I believe in this country, it's always an underlying reason the government does anything. You know what I mean? It's never surface level. It's always deeper than what it seems. You know what I mean? But hey, I give y'all one reason why abortion should be legal. And I'm just going to let y'all hear it out because a lot of men go through this shit. This is crazy. This is one reason why abortion should 100% be legal in this country. Check this shit out. This is nuts. Here we go with these goddamn ads. I'm going to start singing or play Jeopardy music or something when these ads play. Now they playing 2 ads. Every week, the same shit, man. Come on.
Look, y'all. Every fucking day, my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids?
This is crazy.
How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though?
This, see what I'm saying? I already see where this is going, but I want y'all to hear the interaction. And this woman actually believes what she's saying makes sense. Now, I'll give you my opinion in a minute, but he's going to come into the conversation when he pulls up.
Like, that's bogus as hell. Like, you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even... I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than...
You're really
it ain't more
yourself.
than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
John,
They ain't
why okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So he finna, my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the siblings.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
There you go.
But if you're trying to help out though.
Lisa, how is that his problem? I don't even understand her logic. Now, if they're together, if they're in a relationship, clearly they're not. Right? They're not together because he's clearly not together based off the rest of this video, which I'm going to keep playing. It'd be nice if he did it, but it's optional. This is one of the reasons why abortion should be legal, because of women like this. You know what I mean? And he going to say some shit that made perfect sense to me.
Helping out.
I'm not trying to help him. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Lisa, you had
Them are his siblings,
Lisa,
though.
you had to-
He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings, and they're not eating no McDonald's.
Bring
No,
him out.
why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta bring? So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound f***ing dumb.
How
Right.
is that shit dumb? You
That's
sound
my-
dumb.
I
You
have-
sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at?
Word.
Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Right.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's?
This logic is
you
crazy.
know I get food stamps on the 11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What do
Yeah,
I look like? I bring
they're
my-
his
I
siblings.
bring him
You
food.
knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, the f- I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me? First of all,
Because I'm exposed.
Once again, if they were in a relationship, yes, then he actually should be obligated to buy all the children food, because when you take on a woman and she has children, then you have to take care of the kids too. That's just the way it goes. You can't have a kid with a woman and be with her and not take care of her other kids. You know, then you can stay with her, but, you know, that logic doesn't make sense, what she's saying right now. She's out of her fucking mind. And I want y'all to keep hearing what he got to say, because he's going to come up with a solution.
Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy.
You look at
No,
that.
you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit in this bullshit. You only come here with one fucking piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
Right.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all then. He can't take that shit.
Listen what
He
you
can't
said.
eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I could, like, you know, maybe. You got, it's 4, it's 3 extra kids. What the f? You all like going to my motherfucking account, spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with? That's the one you gonna
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
They my, so that means I
Yeah.
take care of them.
So don't.
where's
No,
the-
I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th.
Your babies.
Right.
Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kid as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel the way about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Send him
room.
down to the car. He ain't even got to eat in front of his brothers and sisters. He can come right out to the car and eat with me.
No.
Right.
You know
there you
what?
go.
Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Watch
Give
this.
it
Watch
here.
this, y'all.
Give
Watch
it
this.
here.
Watch this. Watch this.
Give it here.
You so stupid.
Wow.
Done. He ain't eating this.
Wow.
You.
Why don't you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids.
I've seen enough. You see what I'm saying? And that type of logic is what I call a present deadbeat mom. I've experienced this. This is how men become deadbeats. Well, classified as deadbeats because men refuse to. I've been here where I don't want to deal with this shit. You know what I mean? So to keep your sanity and to attempt to keep some kind of peaceful relationship with your child, you fall back from this shit. You just choose not to deal with it because men are ill-equipped to deal with this type of stuff. I know some people are like, oh, you know, you got to watch who you have a baby with. Listen, a lot of bitches don't even reveal that they like this until they have a baby with you and then you break up with her for whatever reason. Even if it's marriage, it don't matter. A lot of these women go crazy and shit and do wild shit like this after you have the baby with them, right? He's doing the right thing. Once again, him buying his son something is his obligation. The other ones is optional. It's nice if he did do it. But she's speaking as if it's his obligation to take care of somebody else's children. It's not. It's not. And, you know, he seemed like a good guy. And this is how resentment is created. I've experienced this shit firsthand where as a result of this, the woman will go feed the child some bullshit about their father, and then that child will have a resentment with their dad based on some shit their mother said when they've always been a good dad. And then you find yourself trying to mend a relationship that should have never had to be mended when the mother could have just stepped in and said, you know, it was me. This is what I call present deadbeat. Oh, I don't get my food stamps to the 11. Where your money at, bitch? Where's your money? You don't got a job? You're sitting here dependent on food stamps? It's middle of the day, you don't got no job? Come on, man. This is crazy. But yeah, this is one of the main reasons that abortion should exist. Fuck that woman's choice shit. I get all that. But this is one of the main reasons why abortion should be legal, because a lot of these women do not deserve to be mothers. They bring these kids in the world to keep men. They bring these kids in the world to push on other people because they think it's cute. You know what I'm saying? So all that woman's right shit, cool. I'm cool with that. But this is the main reason why. Because some women are bringing kids into this world and they don't deserve to be mothers. Period. Now. Okay, enough of that. What else we got? What else we got, man? It ain't much I got to talk about. Oh, you know what? I do want to talk about this. Let's see. So this lady broke it down on how, all right, I'll let y'all hear it. Because this is wild. Oh, God. Yo, I'm so sick of these ads. Because I had to take out a lot of the subjects that I talked about because of what happened with my recorder. And it's too late to talk about it.
I understand people being concerned about the gas prices, but what you really need to be concerned about is what your food pricing is about to jump to, okay? Calves and babies are just now being born. Keep that in mind. So the cost to raise them hasn't hit yet. This bale of hay last year was $4. Bag of grain last year was $6. This trunk full in here last year would have cost me $14. Today, $20 for a bale of hay, $18 for a bag of grain. I got 2 bales in here. It's $58 worth of food. Last just my goats and my horses 2 days. That's it. Wait until the prices catch up with your slaughter market when we start rendering animals in the fall. Prepare for $17 a pound chicken, $25 a pound bacon, $30, $40 a pound beef. It is coming. It's not a joke. Please be cautious. Please prepare.
That's insane. I mean, for her, the number she putting out, $17 a pound chicken, $25 a pound bacon. Come on. Like, gas is ridiculous. And I understand the trickle-down effect. One affects the other because gas is needed to fuel up to get these products out to the people, to consumers. So I understand. We've seen it now. Eggs is crazy. Meat is going up. But these prices she naming is crazy. The one thing I will say about this, poor people, right? Or people who used to be poor, like myself. We've always been very resilient, right? From what I've seen throughout the course of history, when these recession things hit, the rich and the middle class are always the most affected by it because it mentally affects them. Because the powers that be have always had this sense of entitlement, right? I remember watching this movie. Let me see if I can find it. Let me give you an example of how people behave when they start to lose their money, right? Let me see. I'm see if I can find some shit. I'm gonna try to see something. And jumps in front. Watch jumps in front. Train. All right. I don't know if y'all have seen this movie. Was it that movie? Oh, man. Man jumps in front of train. In front of train. Wall Street movie. I think it was a Wall Street movie. Come on. It had to be. I think it was the Wall Street movie. It was a movie, and the man, I think he was the CEO, jumps in front of a train. Anyway, it was an older dude. He jumped in front of the train, right? Because he was like the CEO of the company. I don't know what movie. Wolf of Wall Street, The City Never Sleeps. One of these movies. He was like the CEO of the company. He was worth maybe like $30, $40 million. Say that was the amount. And I guess they fucked him over and brought him out, kicked him off the board. And he went from like 30 million to like 6 million. Because that happened to him, after he got off of work, he went and jumped in front of a fucking train. Like, bro, you still rich. Like, you know what I'm saying? Granted, there are some things you could do with 30 that you can't do with 6, but at the end of the day, you're still a millionaire. This is what people do when they got money. They lose their fucking mind when they lose their money. They go crazy. They kill themselves. They get depressed. Poor people don't have that problem, like, because you grew up without it. You know what I mean? So you've learned to be without it, and you've learned to live according to it. If you go to any hood, the poor people are happy because we don't have a choice but to, I keep saying I'm not poor, but I come from that, so I will always have essence of that in me. I grew up in the hood in Brooklyn, New York, East New York, originally. The Bama houses, the Ramita houses called the Bamas on Alabama between Sutter and Blake. I remember there was no pool. I mean, you had Betsy Head Pool in Brownsville, but in my hood, there was no pool. You know, we had the big community pool, but we didn't go to that shit. We would open up the fire hydrant, a.k.a. the Johnny Pump. We would get a can, cut the top off the can, bottom off the can, and put it on that water and spray everybody up. Get everybody nice and cold. Bring the boom box out. Bring a grill out. And we would have a good time. That was a great life for us. Parents struggled, but we didn't know it. They made best of what they had. This shit goes back to slavery. You know what I mean? Like, think about slavery. All the foods that are considered delicacies. Oxtail. They didn't eat that shit. You know how much a pound of oxtail costs right now? It's probably the most, aside from steak, that's the most expensive meat in there. Probably more expensive than steak. because that's what the poor people eat. Chicken wings. These are the best foods you can eat now. But these foods were created from poor people. These foods were considered inedible to the masters. So we know how to make it. We'll ramen noodle your ass to death out here. We know what to fucking do. So we're going to get through this. If it ever gets that bad, we're going to make it through this shit. I tell people don't panic. You know, even with the whole, during the quarantine, when everybody was buying up all the tissue and all the food, that wasn't poor people doing that shit. That was white people with a lot of money going to do that shit. Buying up everything because they was panicking. Poor people don't panic. Because we understand we got to get through some shit. We got to live through this. We got to make it through this. We know how to ration our shit out. You know what I mean? So that what she's saying is be prepared. You can't prepare yourself for that. All you can do is make money. How you going to prepare yourself for that? How you going to prepare yourself for chicken being $3 a pound and then going up to $17 a pound? There's no way to prepare yourself for that shit. What, cut down your spend? What are you going to do? You get what you got to go get a better job? That shit is unaffordable. That's crazy. You know what I mean? What, start stocking up now and get some deep freezers? Who we, the Liver King? Speaking of that dude, I can't stand that dude, man. He's so full of shit. And I'm saying, I'm back in the gym now working out, right? I've always said this. Anytime you see a person with a bunch of muscles, a dude with mad muscles and his veins is popping out everywhere, most of the time, that's steroids. Your veins don't naturally pop out like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're dehydrating. You know, I know a lot of guys who are natural bodybuilders, and in order for your veins to pop out like that, you have to dehydrate. You have to take the water out of your body. And your muscles have to be extremely stressed out from no water in order for your muscle. This dude always looked like this. Look at this guy, the Liver King. I can't stand him. I can't stand this guy. Let me put on something about this guy, man. So he was on Logan Paul's podcast, and this is what they had to say. Check this out.
Do you get stoked when Joe Rogan goes on the carnivore diets? You see when he does that, like annually almost, for like a month?
I've heard about it, and anybody who's talking about this, I love it, right? My brother in arms is Paul Saladino. He's the carnivore MD, this guy. And so he's been on Joe Rogan's podcast to promote that way. This is what I would say is this is one of the most important things you can do. One of the easiest levers to pull is eating liver. Eating nose to tail, eating carnivorous, right? I was just talking to a gentleman in here earlier who had psoriasis. He went carnivore for 30 days. His psoriasis is gone. He's in here. I don't know where the fuck he is, but this is what he did.
Which one of y'all got psoriasis? Raise your hand.
Oh, no way. And you ate.
So Joe Rogan had also accused him of being on steroids. Check this out.
There's a lot of subprimals that are convinced that Liver King is taking steroids, right? And this is one of my.
Ask you.
We're gonna have to ask.
I had somebody come up to me in the elevator. I think it might have been the guy that yelled at you.
This is one of my favorite fucking topics.
Is Liver King natty? That's
Yeah,
what he said.
no, he's
I
not.
think he was like TikTok age. They say natty.
Yeah, well, first thing I'm now you're giving me a sidetrack, but I'll say this. Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these fucking appendages down here, these legs?
Have legs?
Do you see how fucking little my fucking legs are?
Because you don't work them out.
You know?
They're pretty.
Oh, pretty big? Okay, well, let me fucking go on here. Here's the thing. When I was in college, I weighed 175 pounds, and I was single-digit body fat. I started working out about 8 or 9 years old. I had already been working out for, 10 or 12 years. So now I'm 45, and I've gained less than 1 pound a year over 25 years. Less than 1 pound a year. So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box, and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit, and don't open your fucking mouth about it. Let that live with you.
Shut the fuck up. Bro, you're on steroids. Also, he eats a meat. His diet is, hold on, man. Yo, his diet is crazy, y'all. Check his diet out. Look. The Liver King diet. His diet is crazy. Check this out. And he claims to be like primal, part of a tribe. Like he's eating like our his ancestors, because we wasn't doing this shit in Africa. You know what I mean? But this is what he eats. His meal, His meals are insane. Hold on, let's see. Y'all got to see the way this guy eats. It's crazy. Liver King eats. I want y'all to. Here's him eating raw balls. The carnivore diet. Bro? Your stomach has to feel insane, bro. Come on, man. Here's one of him eating. Check this out.
Liver King here. We just finished butchering the cow. And because I'm the Liver King, and because liver is king, we're going to take a bite out of it.
Bro. Come on, son.
Wait for it. Done. Liver King out.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Bro. Raw liver, bro. Let me explain something to you. If he's claiming to eat like our ancestors, right? Look, check this out. His ancestors. Let me stop saying ours, because no, we're not the same, bro. How far are you going back, bro? Because at no point in time, like the life expectancy is going up. So you're speaking like males lived longer. Let's go to medieval times. What was the life expectancy in the Middle Ages? The life expectancy was 31 years old, bro. 31. Let's go back before that. And let's see, in prehistoric times, where they would have ate a lot of raw meat and shit like that. Bro, 22. 22 years old, bro. And I'm pretty sure it had a lot to do with the diet. This motherfucker eats raw balls, raw meat, no vegetables. He eats no vegetables. Has a crazy diet. He got bread, though. Like his crib, he living nice. Because a lot of people are believing this bullshit. I don't believe none of this shit, bro. I'm not going to believe no little white dude on steroids about what I should and shouldn't be eating. I started out this podcast talking about my diet feels terrible. And I've been eating a lot of meat, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I don't eat raw shit like that. I don't eat liver at all. I think liver is disgusting. Liver does have its health benefits, but I'm not eating raw organ meat, yo, from no fucking cow. That shit is crazy. Matter of fact, let's see. Eating raw liver. Let's see if that's good or bad for you. Eating raw liver. Eating pork meat, liver, or other organs carries the danger of incurring a severe case of food poisoning caused by hepatitis E virus, salmonella, Campylobacter, or other bacteria which cause food poisoning. The freshness of the meat also does not matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm pretty sure it has health benefits, but cook this shit, man. Oh, you're promoting this dumb shit. Our ancestors. Shut up, man. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping eating like that, man. And he probably don't eat like that. He probably just does that for the cameras. He probably eats very well because the man got some bread. I mean, he lives very, very nice. Last thing before I get up out of here. This was pretty cool. This is cool. I want y'all to check this out. This was fucking cool, man. I like this type of stuff. Check this
How
out.
do you define spelunking?
What's
What is
spelunking?
that? How do you define it?
Is that a real word? I'm looking it up.
It means a cave explorer. Okay.
Really?
Chinese spelunkers were astonished after discovering a massive 630-foot sinkhole that had a prehistoric forest at the bottom of it.
Oh my gosh.
And possibly other things. The pit is over 1,000 feet long, 192 meters deep, and is home to ancient trees. This is like a scene at Jurassic Park.
It is.
40 meters tall are the trees. The dense undergrowth came up to the explorers' shoulders. Similar once hidden caves have been found in China before, also in Mexico and Papua New Guinea, but most don't contain a secret forest at the bottom. This is Avatar stuff here.
It is.
Creepier.
Yo, this is dope. This is dope. Like, Niggas probably found Shangri-La or the Garden of Eden. No, I won't say the Garden of Eden. Or the Fountain of Youth or some shit. Here's what I say, Chinese people. Go down there, take a look, but leave shit alone, bro. Don't dig nothing up. Godzilla probably be down there some shit. But you know, I'm glad China is the way it is, because if this shit was found in North America, England, or Scotland or some shit like that where there's white people, oh, they'll fuck all that up. They'll fuck all that up. The Chinese seems as if they respect their history. They have places that's super sacred and you cannot go. Like, they protect their shit. White people, when they discover shit in Egypt, Antarctica, here in America, when they discover some shit, they fuck that shit up. Start taking it, put it in museums, ripping apart the natural resources. So shout out to this spot being in China. Maybe it'll be preserved and left the fuck alone. Hopefully.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
This is Lord of the Rings, Avatar, goodness, like that they could thrive like that with limited sunlight. We do so much exploring everywhere else outside of the earth. Why not explore more here?
No.
It's like nature's just trying to help us out every chance it can get.
How?
The fact that those trees are there, are you not, even like our oceans, we've not tapped in. Have we even tapped into Mariana's Trench?
She is so white. This is the white man's train of thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, leave shit alone, bro. It's not for you. It's the reason why God put us here on earth. You feel me? We're not supposed to be in the Marianas Trench. This is why when you jump in the water, you will drown. You will drown. You can't breathe down there. It's not for you. Get the couple of fish that's on the surface. You know how many fish? I want y'all to look. How many species have gone extinct? This is because of humans. Check this out. It estimates 900 species have gone extinct since 1500. Our estimates for the better studied taxonomic groups are likely to be more accurate. This includes 85 mammal, 159 bird species, 35 amphibian species, and 80 fish species from humans fucking with shit. That is insane, man. Leave shit alone, white man. Come on.
No, I don't want to know what's deep down in Marianas Trench.
Yes, sir.
The deepest part of the ocean. I'm good. Ignorance is bliss for me. I don't need sinkholes opening up new doors to whatever was in the past.
That's good.
That's my type of white guy. That's what you're supposed to say.
This can help the earth. Who knows what's down there? Pharmaceutical, natural pharmacy.
Well, there's another way to look at that.
What?
Let's not unearth things that have been hidden away for
Right.
a long time.
Okay, but remember we saw the black hole 2 days ago.
I've seen enough Godzilla movies, man. This is not good.
You think that's Jurassic Park? Like there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex down there?
We do not have the wherewithal as a human race to deal with a lot of things, let alone secret worlds.
Right.
That's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a beautiful secret world.
It looks lovely.
That's not an underworld. That's a beautiful green secret world of bliss, and where like there's nymphs and fairies and everything else. I love it. The black hole, underwhelming. Remember the black hole footage? That stunning. Give me that all day long. Do you know how to spell splunking? I looked it up. SP.
All right, enough for you, lady. You see what I'm talking about? That's always. Let me give her one of these, man.
Oh, calm down. Calm down.
You know what I mean? But anyways, y'all, it's been a fun episode. I pray that the audio was captured. I'll be so pissed off if I have to go and do this again, or we just won't have an episode. We will have 2 episodes this week, by the way. This is an old episode. I'm in podcast mode. Body's feeling great. I feel good, full of energy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. But anyway, y'all, make sure you go to the website, kingdirtbag.com, to purchase the merch. You know what I mean? New Dirtbag shirts, Big Dick Energy shirts is out. Got the hat pins going. And happy summer to everybody. Hope you guys out there being safe. Keeping cool, because this is a hot-ass summer. And I'm in Florida. And Yeah, we about due for a hurricane. It's too hot to not have one this year. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, till next week, see y'all. Shout out to Fredo Cash, Baltimore stand up, writer, singer, producer of the All Jokes Aside theme song. Let's get it, y'all. Till next week. Let's go.
Whoa. Fredo.
I love it. I love it.
Whoa. Me and Pyrex together, watch two words collide. Me and Jackie bored out the suites when we got hella whores inside.
Whoa.
I'm the shit, I'm the shit.
Bitch, all jokes aside.
I'm the shit, I'm the shit.
Bitch, all jokes aside. Till next week, y'all. See y'all.
Me and Jackie bored out the suites